and welcome to another workout with Keep Bedford Fit. We've got a great one for you today, and we're going to focus on strength today. So Mel's going to demonstrate the first half, and then we're going to swap today, and I'm going to do the second half. So we're going to take you through a warm-up first. Don't get carried away. So a warm-up first, we're going to stretch out our hamstrings. So if you can, holding onto your toes, and you're going to lift your bottom up and stretch through your hamstrings and calf. If you haven't got the flexibility to stretch that far, you just go as far as your legs are able. So we're going to do 10 of these. Is that your knees clicking?
Probably.
Okay, and just turn it to the side as well, so we can see from side view. That's it. Lovely. And from here, we're going to go into a lunge and twist. So lunging forward, stepping forward, and twisting over that bent leg, keeping your knee in line with your toe. And we're going to do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. So nice and controlled. When you're lunging, try not to put one foot too close to the other. Keep a nice hip width stance. Don't lose your balance. Okay. And then from your lunges, we're going to go into a downward dog and push through. So a yoga pose, downward dog, and then pushing your head through and looking towards your toes. So from a plank down into a downward dog, push through. So again, 10 of these. And like every time, if you feel one round's not enough, do another couple of rounds just to warm up. Make sure you're nice and warm and mobile before you start. Lovely. So we're going to use a bit of equipment, or if you haven't got any equipment, we're going to use some water bottles. So we've got some dumbbells today. If you've got dumbbells, great. If you haven't, that's absolutely fine. You can use some water bottles. And also we're going to use a step as well today. Again, you can use your stairs, you can use a low chair, coffee table, but just make sure it's stable and can be safe enough to stand on. So we're going to start with some step ups. These can be done weighted or just with no weight at all. So we're going to do 10 on one side and 10 on the other. So Mel's got 2 dumbbells, 1 in each hand. It can be, you can hold tins, you can hold water bottles, you could hold something weighted in front of you. A heavy rucksack on. Yeah, a rucksack on your back. So she's really focusing on pushing through that leg that is on the step. Okay, and once she's done 10 one side, and swap sides. And that's it. So, like I say, use a weight or just body weight is absolutely fine. But just focus on pushing through that leg that's on the step. So once we're done here, we're going to use the water bottles for the next exercise. Sorry. 10. That's great. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so our second exercise, high pulls. So if you have a bag, you could use a bag, a rucksack. Mel's going to demonstrate with the water bottle. So keep everything nice and tight, tight core, squeeze your glutes, and she's raising the water bottle up and her elbows are coming higher than her shoulders. Lovely. And we're going for 10 reps. Okay, Mel?
Yep.
So she's squeezing all the muscles.
That's all right.
Lovely. And our next movement, we're using the step again, Bulgarian split squats. So we're going to put one foot on the step. Okay, and again, if you want to hold a weight, you can. If not, just body weight. Mel's driving that back knee down towards the floor, keeping her knee over her foot on the other side. So we'll demonstrate 10 on one side. If this is too much, you can do a lunge. So we'll demonstrate a lunge on the other side. So like with all the workouts, you could do one set, or you could do 3 sets if you wanted to.
So you could just do that
rather than having your leg up. So that's it. That's it. Again, try and keep your feet hip width apart. If they're in front of each other, you're going to wobble.
Completely lost count. I'll just do 2 more.
Lovely. Okay.
Yep.
And then our last one on this part of the workout, renegade rows. So we're going to come down onto the floor. Again, we're going to demonstrate with the dumbbells. Nice plank position, nice tight core, and we're rowing the dumbbells up. Again, you could use water bottles. Just be careful onto your knees. And we're just trying not to rock too much, bringing the dumbbell nice and close, elbows nice and tucked in. And go for 10 of those. Okay?
Another round?
Yep. So round 2. Okay. Stepping up. Lovely. Good job. So you can work your way up to using weights if you want to. If you want to do it body weight to begin with, and then try and add weight the next time you have a go. So I did say already you can use the bottom step of your stairs, not too high. Lovely. Sides. Try and stand nice and tall as you're bringing your foot up. Good.
Nearly there.
Well done. One more.
10.
Well done. So back to those high pulls. If you have a kettlebell at home, you could use a kettlebell and do the high pulls. You can use your dumbbell. You can use a shopping bag. You're still going to get a good workout with a lighter weight. Just make sure everything's squeezed nice and tight. 10 of these. Well done. Do you want to do some lunges for the...
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't want to do the Bulgarian splits, you can do the lunges. So keeping the front knee in line with the toe and then dropping that back knee 90 degrees. Do 10 one side and 10 the other. And again, with or without weight, it's absolutely fine. Sit chest nice and high. Done. Okay, and from here we're back to those rows.
I'll do it with the water bottle.
Do it with the water bottle. So into a plank position, and then that's it. So we'll do 5 one side and then 5 the other. Keeping your hips nice and low and rowing the elbow nice and close to your body. Excellent.
Okay.
Good job. So that's the first
section, and now we're just going to swap. Heidi's going to do the work now while I have a rest, and I'm going to talk through some movements. Again, lower body and upper body. Okay, so your first move is going to be your curtsy lunge. So we'll work through it together. So that is dropping.
What are we going to do with the weight?
Yeah, you can hold weights. So back knee. Yeah, I heard that crack. So chest up, and you want to kind of drop down, drop that knee behind. Good. So we're going to do 20 in total, so that's 10 each side. So again, you don't have to use the weight. You can add the weights if you want to. Rucksack with some books in or something is great. Good. So, yeah, I was talking, so I've lost count, but let's just do a couple more each side. Maybe 10 each side, hopefully. Good, okay. So we've done the lower body, now we're going to go to our floor press, okay? So we're just going to work the chest. Now, if you've got some really heavy weights and you want to do them both at the same time, that's absolutely fine. If you've only got the one weight, again, or just a water bottle, that's okay too. So if you want to use, yeah, you can use a water bottle.
Both.
Yeah. So flat on the floor, and then you're just going to press up towards the ceiling and squeeze. So as you come up, make sure those shoulders don't lift off the ground. Good, big squeeze, nice and controlled. If you've got really light weights, then obviously you really want to control it and sort of take some time on the way down so that the tension is there for a bit longer. So we're just going to do 10 of these. So chest press, floor press. If you've got a bench, you can do it on the bench. Are you counting? I think that was about 6, so ideally you count as you do the reps, and then you'll know where you're at. You're relying on me, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm talking and counting at the same time. One more. Push, big squeeze to the top. Good. Okay. And then when we finish that, we can stay on the floor. And if you've got a chair or your sofa or a step, we're just going to put our front feet up onto that. So Heidi, you need to turn around. Getting your heels onto the step, bringing your bottom nice and close in to that step. And now we're going to do glute bridges. So we've done them in the warm-up sometimes with our feet on the floor. Now we're going to put our feet up and we're going to just raise those hips. If you want to, you can add weight. Heidi, do you want to grab a weight and just show? That's it. So just pop in there, just add a little bit more resistance. So we're going to do 10 of these. So driving those hips up, big squeeze with those glutes at the top. 10 of these in total. You can, if you want, do single leg ones, which I'll demonstrate in the next round. Okay, and then we're going to finish with a chest exercise again with your flies. So again, you can use your water bottles or the hand weights. No, we're going to lie on the floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So starting with your arms up in front and then opening up the way, and squeeze. So really squeeze those chests together at the top. Good. I'm counting this time. 4. 5. Good. As you can see, Heidi's nice and controlled. We're not flying through this. We want to keep those muscles under tension, so let's just keep some control with those movements. I did stop counting then. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm counting.
Good.
One
Is
more.
that it? One more. Good, well done. Okay, so we're going to do one more round. Back to those curtsy lunges. So you had the weights for that. You could do, if you've only got the one weight, you could just show them with it like a goblet. So you can just hold the weight like Heidi is. So again, we're going to do 10 each side on these. So we want to, like Heidi is, really keeping that chest up. We don't want to collapse forward as we drop that leg behind. And nice and controlled. Always remember to have that sort of core switched on. So by that we mean to just pull everything in nice and tight, braced and strong. Good. Are you there?
Yeah, 16.
Cool. So this is a sort of workout, you just do it in your own time, there's no rush. You can do, I would say, do 3 rounds minimum of this if you can. Give yourself a little rest if you need to between rounds as well. So after those, we're going back down for the floor press. Weights or the bottles. Fine. Good. So, like I was saying, yeah, probably about 3 rounds, minute rest or so in between rounds. We're just demonstrating 2 rounds today. Good, nice and controlled. Well done, Heidi. Yep. And then on this round, I'm just going to get Heidi to demonstrate a single leg glute bridge for you. So if you wanted to just make things a little bit harder. So coming in again nice and close, bottom in, and then driving up. So you can do, we'll just do 5 on each leg here, but you could do 10 on each leg if you want. So really driving up, big squeeze of that glute at the top. Make sure that's what's working here. So do 5 on one side and then 5 on the other. Good. So you'd be pushing through the foot that's on the step and driving those hips up. Nice. Good, well done. And then just finishing off with those flies.
Bottles.
You do the bottom. Go with the lighter option, are we? Good. So, good. All the way out. Try and keep those arms long. If that pulls on your shoulders or anything, just bend the elbows slightly, that's fine. As long as you have a nice squeeze when you get to the top. 5 left to go. And then talk you through a cool down in a second. Well done. Last one, big squeeze. Well done. Good. Okay, so after you've done your rounds of these, we will just have a little quad stretch. So if you've got something to lean against, or how's your balance? So just pulling your heel up towards your bottom. So when you're doing this, if you squeeze the glute, so just turn this way just so they can see you from the side view, Heidi. Okay. That's not so easy, just on one leg. That's it. So squeeze that glute as you do that, and you should feel a little bit more of a pull on that quad and that hip. So again, like we've said before, at the end, we want to hold the stretches for about 20 to 30 seconds. So swap legs, you have, good, well done. So we use those quads quite a bit with the step ups and that, so and the split squats. And then we're just going to stretch those hamstrings. So pushing the bottom back. The more you push that bottom back, the more you'll feel that hamstring. So you can lift the tailbone slightly. Good. And then swapping sides. Good. And then we've worked our chests and our backs a little bit today. So we'll just do the chest stretch where we just grip behind, pull the arms down. Turn around, we can just see at the back. Good. So holding that again, like I said, for 20 to 30 seconds. And then just coming around, bringing your arms round to the front and pushing through and rounding through the back, dropping the chin to the chest. So just bring your arms up a bit higher. That's it. Drop down. That's it. So you should feel a nice stretch just across the top of the back there. Okay. There we go.